This is John Jackson Miller, writer of Star Wars comics and novels, and you're listening to Star Wars with Stevie B. May the Force be with you.
Things rolling. Should we start the show off with a knock knock joke?
We can do whatever you want to. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
down.
Okay, here. We're going to do something a little different, a little corny to get some laughs here. Okay.
Okay.
So, knock knock.
Who's there?
Luke.
Luke who?
Luke out. Here comes another Star Wars talk with Stevie B.
I like
Hey,
it.
you like that? Now
Yeah,
we'll
I like
cut. This is like a 90s TV show, and we'll cut. The intro will come in. We'll post our pictures. We'll have some funky music like Saved by
Okay.
the Bell. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway,
That's cool.
what's going on, everyone? Welcome. I got the Star Wars architects here. This gentleman is a fantastic individual. He's multi-talented. Okay. He does lore videos, visual effects, sound, which he just dropped this amazing Mandalorian theme song with like a metal beat to it, and it makes your head it's great. I love it. And he's a Jedi Master when it comes to a lightsaber. And I am but the learner here, my friend.
Thanks, man.
How you doing?
I'm doing all right, bro. How you doing?
Good. We've been kind of chatting for a little while here, back and forth on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? And we've had some pretty good conversations on there. So I'm excited to have you on the show.
I'm super pumped to be here, man. I appreciate you.
Yeah. So how's your day been so far?
It's been pretty good. We have had some pretty good sunny days lately, so it's been helping the overall vibe, I guess, of the day. So that's been good.
Yeah,
today's been good.
Need that sun. I'm from Wisconsin, and it's like we've been just having hit and miss, some sunshine days, and then now it's doom and gloom.
Even here in Florida, I mean, I live in Florida. Even here, we have it's just a lot of times we'll get random days, or we'll get sunny days, but then they'll just get cloudy all of a sudden.
Yeah,
it's like they get hazy, and it's just, I don't know. So it's spotty here, even in the sunshine state.
Yeah, it seems like all over the world, weather's kind of like, even California, they had snow and rain. It's crazy.
Yeah, it is.
But so I just want to talk a little bit about that song that you made. So you like music, you got a music background.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
What was that process putting that together, man? Because I love how it comes, it fades in and out, and it's got a good rhythm.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
I appreciate that, dude. I really appreciate it. I'm glad that you really like that, because I mean, music is huge to me, just as much as Star Wars is. Music has that same type of effect to me. So I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
And so how I put that together, basically, I just listened to, all I can say is Ludwig. Ludwig is his first name. I can't pronounce his last name, but
neither can I.
I think he's a German guy, but he's really talented, good artist, good musician, producer. So, and I've been trained, I guess you could say, to dissect songs and stuff like that, and literally, from second to second, brick, you know what I mean? So I just listened to the song probably I don't know, 50 times or so, and just went through each little section of the song, and then just did the exact same thing but my own way. And it's just a cover, so it's okay if you do the same thing. You just, it's going to be different regardless. But what am I saying? Yeah, it was just, that's the whole process, is just dissecting everything and building it from what you hear, and then just emulating the sound, and to get as close as you can, but keeping it different, So
yeah, I was gonna say, if you watched the behind the scenes stuff, or the making of the Mandalorian, he's got a little journey on there, Ludwig, and I can't pronounce his name.
That's actually the video that I watched a lot.
Really?
Are you talking about the one with him in it?
Yep.
And I watched that 100 times. Not that many.
And I immediately was drawn to him, because he comes off as this free spirit, really chill vibes, positivity. I dig that. I like that. That's
Same.
a great persona to have. So yeah, man, it's really cool. I like. Is there anything else like that you're working on currently that you?
Actually, yeah. For a while, I have like projects. I have like albums and stuff on iTunes and all that, and a bunch of music that from years back. But lately, I've been kind of slow in my music because I've been doing the Star Wars thing for a while.
Yeah.
And so I've been kind of trying to transition my workflow of music into the sound portion of Star Wars and stuff like that, and making videos and all that. And so I usually have multiple music projects that I'm working on at a time, but lately, since, like I said, been working on all the video stuff, I've only had like a project going in the background. And also because I've been at a place as a musician where I'm kind of just like don't know what to do with what I've been doing, how I'm writing, and you're just kind of like in a place where you just like I need to do something different. And so I kind of just haven't really been writing much, but I have just come out of that rut, and now I have one new song, like an actual rock song, metal song that I've been writing and working on some lyrics now. I got the music pretty much done, but that's about it for now.
That's
Music.
awesome, man.
Yeah.
That's cool. I'm excited
Thanks,
for
bro.
that. Yeah. Yeah, everyone goes through that phase or that rut where, you got to switch things up and try, and try to you get out of that funk eventually.
Yeah.
And then I saw that you recently, well, we were talking about it too, but you were reading the Revenge of the Sith novelization.
Yes, I'm glad that you brought that up because I'm loving it, man.
Yeah.
I did never really think about it until I finally just started reading the novelized movie, and I'm like, man, there's so many different things that are in the book that might have been thoughts that you might have had actually in some ways watching the movies. You're like, or I don't know exactly, but like I just reading it. I'm like, I'm watching the movie in my mind, and I'm like, right here's when Obi-Wan says this, but then it's like, nope, it says all this, and then it goes to this, and he actually says something completely different. So it's like almost like they use scenes that they cut out of the movie and didn't use in there, and somehow they got into the books or something, some way maybe. I don't know.
I agree with you 100% because I have not read that book on my journey. So I'm reading from the beginning of the timeline inside the books, the Legends Expanded Universe era. Yeah. So right now I'm on Attack of the Clones.
Sorry.
No, you're good. And I'm loving it. I'm almost finished with it, but I just kind of want to save it because I like to, once I finish the book, I like to come and talk about it.
Right.
And it has added so much to Attack of the Clones for me. It's insane. It's insane.
Dude, I know. I bet, man.
And you had commented before about you always thought a Jedi's flaw was the attachment issue, right? Like that makes them go to the dark side. That's how that's a flaw in their code.
Right. Yes.
And I agree with you on that because there's in the Attack of the Clones novelization. I'm not going to give nothing away, but there's a lot more. Anakin's going, you can tell he's in pain. He's having a lot more nightmares about his mom.
Yeah.
So it's just, it's.
Dude, actually, go ahead.
No, that's it. I was going to go. I wanted you to give your thoughts on
that. I can definitely give some thoughts about that because I really I've always wanted to talk about stuff like this because let's face it, everybody can relate to Anakin Skywalker in some way, shape, or form. Because it's like, he's one of the most human dudes in Star Wars, I feel like, and Jedi. But I think that I have a side note. I have a what if video that I made about Anakin. What if they would have saved his mother and then he just didn't fall to the dark side and he just did what he needed to do because they just took care of him.
Yes,
and
I know that. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like I think like that, if to make it to not be so long-winded, I just think that if the Jedi would just take note and, a little bit more like sense with their thinking that, dude, there's things that humans have, anybody, whatever aliens, just humans particularly, like they have emotions, and you have to accept that, and you have to acknowledge it, and you have to do the proper thing that you have to do in order for them to find the clarity out of it, of whatever they're in. You know what I mean? You can't just be like, oh, just train yourself to not feel anything. It's like, that doesn't work though, because your body will still feel.
Yes. Yeah. I've always wanted to have this conversation too, because like it's the reality of it. I think things would have worked out better or been better had that not been a part of the code. You know, prior, I mean, in the old Republic era, there wasn't. I mean, Revan was married. You know what I'm saying? So there's been play, but I like, yes, Anakin is the realest as they come. 100%.
He totally is. I think that hold on a second.
No, it's a deep thought. Like, there's a lot of ways you could talk about this to try to.
There really is, man. There's so many avenues that you could go down. Excuse me.
No. I personally, I think like even Obi-Wan, okay, even reading some of these books, Obi-Wan's has questioned that aspect of it through some of these. So that's impressive to me, you know, but we don't see any, you know, we don't really, it's only here and there.
I did read, I don't know where I read it. I want to say it was probably in Revenge of the Sith that Obi-Wan did say something like that. And what's interesting too is that if you've ever read or listened to the junior novels, the Rising Force is the first book of this series, and it's Obi-Wan becoming Qui-Gon's a
Jedi apprentice.
That's it. Okay, yep. Jedi apprentice. I knew that. I just couldn't remember. Qui-Gon, Yoda says to Qui-Gon, he's like, don't you remember when you were that age? You were the exact same way. You had the same problem with holding your emotions. And I'm like, I'm like, well, Yoda, I mean, doesn't seem like you're really the wisest Jedi. And if you are the wisest Jedi amongst the crowd, that doesn't say much about your counsel. In my opinion. I mean, it's just like, kind of like, I'm just calling it like how I see it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. No, absolutely. That's a great series. I love that. I read that.
Me too.
Like Luke Skywalker is always going to be top tier. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Just the way it is. But as I'm reading through all this older material, this expanded universe, this Legends, like I'm connecting a lot more with Obi-Wan. You know, you know, it's crazy. So he's like, it's not like I never had an issue with him. It was always Luke. And you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Plus you didn't really know any others.
Right.
Until the prequels. And then,
right.
But so like Obi-Wan he's like Gandalf in a sense, you know, like he's gray and white. He's a mixture to me.
Right. Actually, yes. I think Mace Windu is the same way. I think even Yoda in some ways is a little bit gray. Like, I'll just bring up the gray Jedi. Like, I think all of the Jedi, I know people don't like gray Jedi, but I really don't care. But my thing is this, listen, it's like, I understand the gray Jedi, and I'm just trying to say that the Jedi Council, the Jedi themselves don't even understand themselves. Clearly they don't understand themselves and what they actually say to what they believe or whatever. They don't even understand their own code according to reality, like actual reality.
Right.
But
yeah, even Yoda, I believe, says that to Obi-Wan, like the Jedi, you guys are getting kind of, I can't think of it's from the movie and I can't think of the right the line he says, but he mentions it in a sense like that, like,
really,
what are we doing, kind of. Yeah,
right. Oh yeah. Oh, actually, probably in when he finds out that Palpatine is the Sith or whatever. Yeah. And he's like, how did this happen? Oh no. It's like, dude, I mean, everybody's been trying to tell you Anakin was the whole prophecy thing came to be, in the Force tried to tell you that through Anakin. If you pay attention to it, he tried to tell you through Anakin's little, like, you know, attitudes and bad like that was the Force trying to tell you to pay attention to it, to what you needed to pay attention to.
Yeah.
But it could have ended regardless. Anakin was always going to turn to the dark side, but it just could have went a different way. You know what I mean? So, which it doesn't ultimately matter, but
well, yeah, but it's still cool to talk about and speculate.
For sure. Yeah,
just like if Qui-Gon hadn't, lost to Darth Maul,
if he was still alive,
because Anakin in the books, when Anakin slaughters all the Tuskens after he rescues his mother, he hears Qui-Gon. Even in the book, they go in a little deeper with that. It's awesome.
Right.
And
yeah,
it's so cool.
Anakin, no. Or it's like, I don't know. I think that might be that little voice. I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
So it's always cool to hear others' thoughts and speculations on what if and could haves, and so it's fun. It's fun to me, and we do it in a fun, respectful way, and and we have a great time talking about it.
Absolutely.
So we'll come back to that, man. But I want to get your story. I want to get
sure.
How you became the Star Wars architects. From the beginning. Where'd the journey start?
Okay, so I love talking about this, by the way. How I started to come to like Star Wars, or just my Star Wars project, or both. Like how?
Yeah, start just from the beginning. How you became a Star Wars fan? Yeah.
Okay. All right. So yeah, I've always been a Star Wars fan, just to put it briefly. But I think the way that I came to like Star Wars was when, in probably like 1994 or 5, I was really, really young, so I'm not sure. I just remember getting an N64 for Christmas and getting the game Shadows of the Empire. I'm sure you know the game.
Yes. Yep.
Is one of the best games, man. And I just played that because that's what was cool to me. And I think Dash Rendar he had the jetpack. I just thought that was awesome that you could fly, and I was just like, dude, blasters, and then somehow I saw the movie, and then when I saw the movie, I saw the lightsaber, and I was like, what is that thing? I was like, dude, everybody had the same reaction, I'm sure.
Oh,
I was just like, dude, what is that? I have to have one of those. So I had pretty much every toy lightsaber, the flick out ones that didn't fully go into the hilt,
Oh yeah.
I had many of those. Just whatever one you want to name, I had them, and so I became a fan like that, and then started getting toys and stuff like that, and dolls, the actual doll ones of them, and my brother and I, he was a big fan too, and we started making, out of arts and crafts sticks, you just make the duct tape.
Oh yeah,
I'm sure everybody did it.
Yep.
The duct tape, and then painted the color on the lightsaber,
on the Christmas wrapping too.
Yeah, or that. Yep. And we just I was like, man, I just somehow got the idea to make a video. I don't know, and I started wanting to make, just like lightsaber videos, and I think I was like around 9 or 10 about the time I started doing that. And from there, I almost started doing a fan film when I was when I was like 12 or 13.
That's cool, man. That's cool.
Probably earlier than that, when I was 11, because I just wanted to do that. And a friend of mine had the same vision, but that, fell through. I moved away and then forgot about Star Wars for a while and became a musician. And then I played in a band for a while. I did a bunch of shows up and down from New Orleans to Panama City and Pensacola, Florida, and Jacksonville, everywhere. We did a lot of cool things. Played a show with Alien Ant Farm. I don't know if you ever know.
Oh yeah.
Opened up for them.
That's cool.
There's a video on YouTube with it, and that was a really good time. Anyways.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, it was a good time. And so from there, I think it was like 2014, 2016, I just kind of was disenchanted with the world, really. And I was just like, man, there's nothing that I want to do. I just don't, everything seems vain to me, and a lot of things, like most things are vain to me. That's just how it is for me. But,
Right on.
and so I'm just like, man, I need something. Like, so I got back to Star Wars, you know, really just last year.
Yeah, no, I was good. I'm just
Yeah.
This is good. I'm
Yeah,
intrigued
dude.
here. You got a good story to
Good.
tell.
Yeah, man. And I could make it super long with detail after detail, but I don't want to do that. But like, I just came back, through the pandemic thing. We all went through the same thing. We've been
Yes.
experiencing all the same thing.
Yes.
On many different levels. So, we're all just trying to like find some type of thing that gets us away from this. Try to find some comfort, dude, because it's like we're in the fetal position, like, oh my gosh, grown men crying, we are all crying, and we're just like, we need help. I mean, we need something to do, because this is terrible what's going on. So
I agree 100%.
Yeah,
The world is it's a very dark place that it's unfortunate, and we need some light. That's why, I mean, I understand the Andor show. I get it. I know there's a whole fan base for that style of things, and
Sure.
I respect that. But like,
Sure.
I wanted something light, like I don't need a dark show right now.
Right.
The world's in a shitty place. I don't need darkness.
That's a good point, man. I didn't even think of that.
I mean, nothing again. Like, I'm not, because it just wasn't. I wanted happy. They gave me sad. Okay.
Yeah, and it's like fans like us, we really get shoved out of the way. You know what I'm saying? And we just get told to shut up because our what our taste doesn't matter, basically. And it's just like, that's why we become our own entity with you have your channel,
yeah,
I've got my channel,
yep,
and then so on. And so, because we want to enjoy what we like, but we don't always get allowed. We're not always fully allowed to do that, I think, sometimes. But
yeah, that's a valid point, I would say.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, and we all have our own. That's one thing I like about Star Wars is there's a variety.
Right.
There really is, and that's a good thing. But at the end of the day, it brings us all together, and and it's cool, and we need that escape. So that I just wanted to mention that because I've always felt the same way. I want happy, something to take me away. The books are doing that. They're doing a great job with that.
They definitely do, yeah.
So you got Shadows of the Empire. You played that, and then you started. So you were already into wanting to do like filmog, like visual, at a young age.
Yeah, man. I just even Lord of the Rings, man. I had Lord of the Rings action figures. I made little videos, movies of them. I just wanted to use my imagination. I don't want to go to school. I don't like school. Just leave me alone about school. You guys have to inject me with like shots and stuff just to go do something I don't want to do already. So no. Anyways, like I just wanted to do something fun and creative, dude.
Yeah. No, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, that's there's like artistic people, you know what I mean? They have a different sense of things, in my opinion. They see things through a different lens, kind of.
It's true.
And that's a gift.
It is.
It's truly a gift. I'm probably not saying nothing that nobody already knows, but it just needs to be brought up sometimes.
Thank you,
we forget that, you know what I'm saying? That's why I appreciate everyone that comes on here and everyone that I meet and talk to and the work that you put in, because nobody, like, you don't really know. Like, you got a real job, okay, and you're doing music stuff, you're making content, you want to learn about this, so that's awesome. So I appreciate that.
Well, dude, I can't say enough how much I appreciate that. Nobody has the really, like, nothing against people, but like they don't have the presence of mind or time really even to care about other people's endeavors and stuff, because everybody's so busy with their own. So
right,
but I appreciate that, man. That means a lot more than I can express. So thanks.
Absolutely, brother.
Yeah.
So yeah, you wanted to do film at a young age. Did you have like a camera? Like
that's funny, man. I was just about to say I had this camera. Oh. Yes, I did. So we had this just black Sony bulky camera with the eyepiece that comes out. It's like this, the camcorder or whatever.
Yep.
We had that, and that was my family's camera that we had. And my friend we were going to do the fan film together. He had bought this camera. We were like 11-year-old kids, man. I don't know how he got the camera, but it was like this like actual camera that you hold like and a real one. I was like, dude, this is legit. This is gonna happen, man.
Gotta help him hold it.
Yeah, I didn't know how. Yeah, I didn't know how it was gonna really work out, but I just had faith that I mean. I learned how to make a lightsaber stick. I bet something else can happen out of it. And so, I remember I still have them somewhere. I don't know where they're at, but maybe I'll be able to show those one day. Who knows? But I have them still somewhere, me walking around the little pool yard in my house and like have the Obi-Wan Kenobi episode 2 lightsaber toy.
That's cool.
It's so cringy though,
no,
but it's
dude.
great.
Yeah,
but it's the good cringe,
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
man.
it's the
memories.
good. Yeah, it definitely is.
Like you'll never forget that,
No.
Like, and that's cool. So did you further? You obviously furthered that because what you're doing now is just. I'm like, sometimes it's cool to see these behind the scenes episodes, like how this was done or how this was made. Like now we know about the volume and
right.
Kind of it takes it away a little bit. If I'm gonna be honest, I like that mystery of how the magician's trick. Okay, perfect example. The sleight of hand. Yeah. I don't want to know. It's cool.
Right.
Leave it alone. So you, dude, I mean, you're like it's floating and you're twirling it and it's floating.
I'll tell you how I did it, but I'll tell you how I did it. But if you don't want to know, I won't tell you because I can respect that. If you're because I'm totally cool with that too.
I don't want to know.
Good. Okay, that's fine.
And then you know how you're holding it, and then also, and the sound effect is awesome.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Yeah,
I've just seen somebody or an article talking about different sounds through the films about lightsabers and such. Okay, I'm currently rewatching Rebels. It's been a long time. I just started season 2, but I was like listening to the lightsaber sounds because I know people didn't like the lightsaber size. The blade was too thin.
Oh right, I've noticed that. Yeah,
but the sound has got a snap to it. It is pretty good. It's pretty good, and that's why I wanted to mention yours, man. That's just cool.
Thank you,
just
dude.
got a nice it's got
Well, thanks, dude. I won't reveal my secrets, but I will. The reason I don't know. I guess the reason why it sounds the way it does and it stands out the way it does is just because I just do a little bit of something a little bit different than I know that most people do. I don't know anything that like Lucasfilm or anything like them do. I don't know. Right. All I know is like the basic stuff as to how to do, how they would do sound and stuff like that.
Right.
But I have my little touches and secrets.
No, it's good. Yeah, no, I truly don't want to know because I want to keep. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know if you've watched.
Hey,
the Behind the Light Industrial Light Magic.
Yes, absolutely.
Like I loved it. I'm glad I watched it, but now I'm like, man, the older you get, you can kind of see things, but it's like some of it I just didn't,
I just because I agree. Yeah, like the whole thing about, like actually when I found out when I was a kid that everything was like, like it was just basically just magic. Like, I'm not into like that kind of stuff or anything or whatever, but like. It's just basically what it is. And so, excuse me. When I realized that coming to a more mature mind as an adult, I'm just like, it's fake. I'm like,
yeah.
But you kind of already know it's fake because it's But when you actually see it, it makes it solidified in your mind that it's like, oh, now I know how it works, and now it's not that cool.
Yeah.
So I don't want to tell you it. I won't tell you the things how I do them because I don't want that to ruin that for you.
Right.
Yeah.
Now,
which is what I respect that a lot.
Yeah. Well, absolutely. Well, see, the thing is with me is my daughter. I have a daughter. She's 20, and I did everything in my power to make sure she believed in Santa Claus the longest time possible. I mean, I wrote notes left-handed. I mailed them to the house. Dad, but the kids in school are talking. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, nah, they probably don't get a lot or something, So I believe she was 12 or 13 years old before she finally, I had to let the cat out of the bag. You know, so yeah, it's just fun because once that magic is taken from you, it's gone.
Right.
You can't get it back. You know what I'm saying? Or you know what I'm saying? That feeling.
No, I totally understand. Yeah, the childlike nostalgia that you initially get when you first experience that stuff.
Yes.
Basically.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
It's priceless. So, like, did you grow up watching the films a lot? Like the episode, like what's the first one that you've seen actually?
Like I watch Star Wars a lot, dude.
Yeah.
I've seen every movie many times. I'll just say many times. And I had like the first movie I want to say that I saw, like that I actually remember, was Episode 1, Phantom Menace.
Okay.
And it's probably my favorite because of nostalgia purposes. I don't know if that's a problem with some people out in the fandom, but I've seen people be like, yeah, but it's because it's the first thing you saw when you were a kid. I'm like, well, yeah. I mean, duh.
Obviously, yeah.
Obviously, I'm gonna like that. Is there something wrong with that? It made me confused, but I don't really care. But Phantom Menace, I loved Qui-Gon, and I hated that he died, and that traumatized me. And I loved Obi-Wan. I loved the duo of Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon. Man, it's just you just can't beat it. Well, and Obi-Wan too. So.
And I mean, they picked the perfect. They like Liam Neeson, okay, Ewan McGregor. Like
he was Qui-Gon, yeah. He is Obi-Wan,
yeah.
Right.
Like there's like Liam Neeson's done a lot of things in his career, and he's a great actor. But every time I see him, look Qui-Gon. Regular, it's Qui-Gon right there. Mm-hmm. You could be in a suit and tie. I'm like, well, that's Qui-Gon hanging out.
Absolutely, yeah.
So like them characters them people become them characters.
Absolutely, yeah.
So the Phantom Menace, I have a personal nostalgia for Phantom Menace as well.
Yes.
Yeah, because I was in high school and I remember it, and it was a great time, and it was just everywhere, right?
It's just
But like the original trilogy is where it's at for me because I was born in '84. Right. So like I had the original trilogy.
See, that's the same thing for you. You were born in that era of Star Wars, and that is the same effect that you have. Those films have the same effect on you as the prequels do on me. Sorry, I was sung a little.
No,
but so I totally get that. And dude, as a Star Wars fan, just to insert this, as a fan of Star Wars, dude, it's like, okay, you're not worried about all of the CGI that much. You're really not. No. Okay, you may have a thought about it and something to say about it, but you're just like Star Wars,
right?
As a Star Wars fan, like, I still kind of grew up I was born in 91. I'm 32. So I didn't necessarily have the old trilogy be my bringing up or whatever. Right. So like, but I was like, but I played the game, the Shadows of the Empire game, before I saw that movie. So I still kind of had a blend between. Right. And so I was able to develop a love for the older movies because it's like, dude, how can you my thing is like, how do you just like only the newer stuff, but you don't have any appreciation for the stuff that came before that? You have to.
Yes.
In my opinion.
Yeah. Well, it gets you to that point.
Right.
Right. It gets you to the newer, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So 91, that was a good time to be born, you know what I mean? You're on that next generation, the end, tail, and another. Mm-hmm. But so you kind of had like the animated series too, like TCW was coming out.
Yeah, actually
late, like in that time period later on. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yes. When that came out, I think after episode 3 came out, that was when I just kind of stopped for a while, and the Clone Wars came out. There was the other little micro series of the Clone Wars or something like that.
Yeah, that one came, the whole 3.
I saw that and I was like, dude, more Star Wars content. What? And I was just like, yeah. And then I realized they were just little shorts basically, and then it ended, and I was like, and then I kind of I think I lost touch with it because I just got busy with other stuff, right? But the Clone Wars came out and all the other cartoons came out, and then I didn't watch any of them until I was like literally in my early 30s. So I was like, I was like, what have I been doing, man? I'm like, man, I should have just stayed with Star Wars, just stayed focused the entire time, man. I would have, but
Yeah,
yeah, no,
that's how I feel too. You know, I
yeah,
was always a fan, but I was just in and out, and I didn't realize even like the history and the expanded universe side of things, and now
yeah,
Disney bought it. Like I didn't know none of that, so I learned all that in the past few years myself.
right.
So it's well, I knew Disney bought it, but I didn't realize what they did. To the past content, we'll say. Like just said no.
Oh, right, and that's another thing too. Is like when all the drama stuff happens, it's just like you guys are ruining my life, man. Like
Yeah.
that's kind of how you feel as a Star Wars fan, and like that Disney came and like started owning it. Like I don't care I don't care who owns what. It's just like don't come into my area. I feel like and I'm
Yeah.
nobody, so it doesn't really ultimately matter. But like you guys just like ruined crap, man, and you did, and then you just act like you didn't, and then it's just not that great of a situation having them involved in it.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion.
Yeah. No, I appreciate it. It's
Yeah,
all open on here, man. There's no
yeah,
this is upfront and honest. Yeah, I didn't really realize it. Now I can see how other folks that were involved with it their whole life so far, how that could affect them and upset them and make them hurt. I
big
mean,
time. Yeah.
yeah, that's terrible.
Mhm.
I like both continuities. I know you the Mando song, we
Yes,
Mando's cool.
all of that. Yeah, go ahead.
No, that well, I was just gonna get into the after you seen Phantom Menace, I was just
Okay,
gonna kind of travel back because sometimes I
okay.
ramble on off track.
No, dude, we're totally cool, man. We're talking
Yeah,
about Star Wars. This is an open universe, man.
that's right.
We can literally go anywhere.
So once you saw the Phantom Menace, like, did you see the Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith, and then watch 4, 5, and 6?
Oh,
Or
I think that's a good question. I haven't actually thought of that. How did I do that? Just to play it safe, I guess what I did was saw those first three and then went back and watched it. But
okay,
there may have been a time where some adults had me watching it or something like that because I watched, I don't know. I just don't remember, I was just
no,
too young.
that's fine.
But yeah, I definitely went back at some point and watched the old ones just as much as I've watched the new ones. So it's like no difference at all now. It's
Yeah,
all one movie, like George says to me now. So
yeah. So I would assume like when the sequel trilogies came out, you were kind of on the road traveling, doing the music.
yeah, I was. When did Revenge of the Sith come out? 2005 or
Yeah, yeah, I believe so. That sounds about
2000?
right.
Yeah, that was when I moved from Memphis, is where I was born, to Florida, and that was the time I got out of middle school into high school, and so I was like really preoccupied with just like that whole thing, and like it just wasn't that great of a time of life, I don't think. So I was like too focused on like getting this kind of stuff going on in life, and I couldn't really do anything except trying to like just stay away from everything.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Oh
I
yeah.
don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
Yeah, you were
I just went into high school in 2004 and
4. Yeah.
2005.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah.
So, and I got made fun of for liking Star Wars, so I was like really embarrassed to admit that I liked Star Wars.
Really?
I still have a complex about that.
Really?
I really do, man. You're the first person I've ever said that to.
All right.
Congratulations.
Well,
It's just
yeah.
like I got so humiliated one time in school by my friend, dude, in front of the whole class.
Really?
I had episode 2. Anakin on the like this. He's like that on the front cover. And it was the Clone Wars book. Had that and some of the Jedi Apprentice books, the first 3. And I had them in school. I had them on my desk in the morning. I had no idea people didn't like Star Wars. And my friend came, he's like, who the hell is reading these? And I'm like, that's my desk. And like he's saying that. I'm like, whoa, what's going on right now? Hold on a second. And then
Really?
I'm like, yeah, dude, did you get it? You didn't ever get anything like
No,
that?
well, like I said, like in high school, I was pretty settled down with the girl. Like I had my first kid in high school.
Oh, okay,
So
okay.
that's why, I'm 38, my daughter's 20. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Yeah.
And I have
Right.
other kids too. So
Right.
yeah, I mean, I was more like that's what I mean. I fell out. I was doing more video game stuff. Obviously, you know, you're chasing girls and doing that whole
Right.
thing.
Right.
You know, hanging out
Yeah.
with your buddies. So
Right.
like, I was away from the fandom.
Being a rock star.
Yeah, yeah,
Yep.
typical.
Yeah.
Yeah, late '90s teenage kid.
Right.
But so your own friend.
Yeah, and he wasn't that good of a friend,
Well,
obviously.
well, right.
Yeah, and he but yeah, just that made me well, go ahead, you gonna say something?
No, I just appreciate you sharing this, man.
Oh dude, I'd love to talk about this if people would ask. So thanks for asking.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I just was like so quiet about it after that, and people just like, oh, you like playing with lightsabers, and like and made it out to be like it was just ultimate childish thing you could do, and it's just like I just like this thing in life, and everybody has a problem with it. But it's like it's the coolest thing you could even want to like. I don't understand what's not cool about blasters and lightsabers and the Force and Jedi and ships and space and like what's not cool about that? Like I don't like anything going on here in this planet. So I mean,
100% agree.
yeah, bro. So
That well, no, man. Yeah, that's you know, that's bullshit that your
it
friend,
really is, man.
you know,
It
or
really
they made
is.
you to feel that way because yeah, no, not that I'm aware of that anybody really got picked on. You know, I grew up
What?
in a small town. You know what I'm saying? Everybody
Yeah.
kind of knew it. You had your cliques. You know
Uh-huh.
you know what I'm saying? Preps and jocks and just your normal high school stuff
Right.
or you know middle school stuff. But
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
no, not that
It's
I can
strange.
remember, man.
I'm in an alternate reality right now. That's just so weird. I was like, I don't
Well,
know.
there
What's
was
that?
one kid that would get, I think, picked on, and because his mom would follow him and take pictures of him at everything that he did. I remember that vaguely. And that was a shame, you know.
Oh,
And
what
he
she
was a
was?
smart kid, you know what I'm
It was
saying?
she was like supporting him in his thing or
Well,
something.
I
Or
mean, she'd be in the back of the class with the video camera and stuff sometimes, like if he was doing a speak or something, you know.
oh, I see. Yeah,
So
yeah,
they kind of ragged. I think they ragged on him for that a
yeah.
lot, you know.
Probably. Yeah.
But
Your mom's helping you out. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, but
that's
that's
just
just kids in high school stuff and all that. But it's just like you're just you're who you are, like from what you experience and all that. So you're just always gonna have some type of thing about you that you have like a trauma or something that you're not really like healed up about. And like I don't even share anything about Star Wars on Facebook. I don't even use Facebook. I have one. I just don't choose to use it because it just doesn't. It's not that good of a platform, and it's always nasty when I get on there. Like I've actually seen some weird things on there too that I'm just like, what am I looking at? I don't
yeah.
understand.
Yeah, you got to
Like,
be careful with what you do and what. Like, I was never. My boys told me to get on Instagram. Otherwise, I have a Facebook, but it's just, you know, very minor.
dude, yeah, just if I were to say like TikTok, do you have the TikTok?
No, I don't know.
Oh well, Instagram and YouTube is at least good enough. But
Yeah,
I have TikTok, and that actually, dude, I was against TikTok, and, but when I got on there, it's the fastest following I've ever had ever grown. So it might be an option for you if you want to look into it if you're interested. But the thing is that there's so many people that are really active on there, and like my cousins, because of my channel,
oh, really?
they made their own Star Wars channel now,
Jeepers.
like a few days ago, and I'm telling you, like he's already had like on one of his videos on TikTok, it's already had like 40,000 views, and like thousands of likes on there. Not that it's about that, but it's like it just is a good platform to get yourself
Yeah,
boosted going.
yeah. Well, that's cool. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
interesting. No, like I said, my boys told me to get on Instagram, so that's where I kind of like post pictures of my
yeah,
toys or
yeah.
excerpts from the books that I'm reading now because I've been getting a lot of feedback, good feedback about me
I love those. Yeah, those are
going through
cool.
the journey, reading the books, talking about it,
Mhm.
you know. So and I enjoy doing that.
Yes.
But yeah, I think there's a lot of it. I would say this for content creators like yourself who do really great, you know, you're multi-talented, like I said earlier.
Thank you.
I think it's great, but I think there's also consequences to them, all them platforms as well. You know what I'm saying?
There surely is, yeah.
So I don't know. I don't want to like. I'm having fun talking and meeting people. Go ahead.
Are you saying like as far as like there being bad interactions with people or what?
Oh yeah, I'm sure there could be. My boys
Yeah.
tell me some stuff, you know, like kids, and they're on some of that stuff. We limit. Well,
oh well, yeah.
We should limit it more, but
I understand. Yeah, and you don't have. Yeah, don't even feel like you have to get a TikTok or anything like that.
No, I appreciate the input though.
Yeah, it's just my experience that I was like, wow, I thought it was going to be so not like this. I didn't think it would. I don't know how, but I have 2,400 followers on there somehow. Dude, my brother's channel, he does a electric motor sports channel.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
He just like blew up on TikTok. He's at like, I think he has like 7,000 followers. He literally he hardly even puts any effort into it. It's just the platform itself. Anyways, I'm talking too much about that. Yeah.
No, well, no, that's cool. Yeah.
It's just good.
So, well, yeah, but for you, like you did, that's good, is what I was saying. Basically,
Yeah.
you know, to get because you do a lot of different
Video
variety
stuff.
of things. That is good.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah.
So you watched the prequels is kind of like that's like where your home is. Then we'll say that's where the heart is.
I would say, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Excellent.
We can talk about the sequels too, because
I was going to ask you about them for sure.
Yeah, please, dude. Like I would love to talk about these things, but it's like what I've noticed is that most people in general, it's hard to just talk in general.
Yeah.
About things, especially things that they don't agree on, maybe, you know.
Right.
And like there's plenty of things about the prequels that I didn't like, or there's plenty of things about the original movies that I didn't like, but it's like that doesn't matter. But the same thing with the sequels. There's things about the sequels I didn't like and that they did. It's just I just didn't like it. It's the same way that I don't like a certain food. I don't like that. It doesn't taste that good to me. You know what I mean? Like it's neither here or there. It doesn't matter. Like I think that I like certain scenes in the thing. I didn't like that Han Solo died. But you know, whatever. Like, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Those things don't really matter. It's just my opinion. But for whatever reason, like there's such a controversy over the sequels because of another unpopular opinion that I have, but it's just something that has to be talked about because it's just like, never mind people getting their feelings hurt about us not liking these movies or something. It's just that if you're going to try to force people to have a certain perspective on an ideology that they don't actually want in their life, and you're going to force them to have that, they have the right to not like it. And they have the right to say what they feel about it. And the people that do like it, hey, it's totally fine. Like I said, I liked Kylo Ren, but I didn't like Rey. But I think Rey is the actor. She's cool, a good actor. I think the girl is cool. She's a pretty girl. Like there's all these other good things that I do have to say about it. Like people just are too focused on the fact that they can't handle the fact that someone else has a different opinion or something. It's like, dude, I don't think there's really that big of a deal here. I think people just need to not be so offended about the fact that someone doesn't see it the same way as you do.
Yeah.
That's kind of like just a little summary of that whole sequel thing. But anyways.
No, I can totally understand where you're coming from there.
Yeah.
Like I didn't realize the whole deal until going through all this and learning about the expanding, cutting it, and Disney bought it and everything. So right. But you're right. Like I liked Kylo Ren too. How do I say this? It's the least, I never go to them films to pick them to watch one.
Say it again.
That's never my go-to film when I want to watch a Star Wars movie.
Same. It's one of the, it's George's.
It's the least.
Right.
Basically what I was trying to say. Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm a fan, So I just watch it because it's Star Wars, but
Yep.
I go, you know, I don't. It's like I said,
And it's okay.
like
And
right.
that's
It's
okay.
not
I
even a
liked
big deal.
Kylo. The Ray thing kind of threw me off. That confused me.
Mhm.
I mean, on our characters, our people can't live forever. Unfortunately, we can't beat
Right.
Father Time.
And
Nobody does.
they don't always have to come back from the dead.
So, and you know, there's a lot of always activity about a new actor portraying an already established actor. Okay, so like the Solo movie, you know,
Right.
Aaron Eldritch.
Oh yeah.
I
Yeah.
believe that's how you pronounce
I
that.
think that's right. Yeah.
I loved the Solo movie.
Right.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's my most watched one of the Disney
Really?
stuff. Yeah,
Really.
I love it. Now, people didn't like him playing Solo. I thought he did a fantastic job. Obviously, Han Solo will always be Harrison Ford.
Right. Or yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yes. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
Our
Absolutely.
Harrison Ford will
No,
always
yeah.
be Han
It
Solo.
still means
Sorry.
the same thing.
Throwing around a lot of names here.
No, yeah, definitely.
So if people complain that you know, well, I don't want to see a new actor take that role, well, then they got to go. You know what I mean? Like
Yes,
they have to move on.
Right.
I didn't. And as the Ray thing, I feel like a female actor lead Jedi, that's good. I think that's what they were trying to do. Daisy Ridley, yes,
Right.
she's a pretty girl.
Yeah.
I thought, you know what I mean. I thought she did a good job, but I just didn't like the story of it.
I don't like their behind the story, like their idea behind it is that they're trying to, like, you know, I can't worry about offending people when I have no intention to hurt anybody's feelings.
Right.
It's like, listen, it's like she's trying to portray this ultimate, like, you know, I can buy myself flowers girl. Okay. Like, I know a lot of girls that are like that. I don't have a problem with them personally, but it's like when they take this idea and say, you're a misogynist for that. It's like you guys are making up these definitions and labels and stuff for other people and you're demonizing them with them. And you are the problem, not me. I'm just explaining what I prefer and you don't like it. You have a problem with it. Therefore, you're the one with the issue of it. And I'm saying that like that because, you know, there has to be salt sometimes. You can't just always have sugar coated everything.
Yeah, no, that I agree. And you don't have to shake that salt shaker. Some people shake that salt shaker a little too much, you know.
Yeah, I'm just giving a little bit of seasoning.
And most people say, you know, they say their thoughts and opinions and negative things about it in a respectful manner, and you know what I'm saying, the best to try to come off good. And then there's some folks that just don't, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and like I don't need to have to like war with somebody to do that. Like I'm just going to simply in love tell you what a loving way, just tell you my opinion, and we can have a sophisticated conversation about it.
Yeah, debate about it.
You can be professional too.
Oh yeah.
Even though you don't like me and you just think I'm a misogynist dude. That's your definition for whatever you like. That doesn't have anything to do with me.
And that goes, and I mean, that's to be said about everything. That's in everything in general could be that way.
Because how would it be if I just started making up my own things and saying, and then calling them those things? And it's like, you just would look at me like I'm a fool. So we can't play the game that way. And it's just not going to work for me personally. But I like, you know, go ahead.
Yeah, I appreciate your thoughts and your opinions. I respect it, man. Yeah.
Thank you.
So what about that? Like, what about Solo and Rogue One? Like, what's your thoughts?
Sure. Okay. So I'll be honest. Like sometimes it takes me a long time to really like get a sense of something.
Yeah.
And so I don't I have to watch it over and over and over and over, or hear a song over and over to really get it. Because sometimes I'm not focused on it while I'm watching it the first time. It's just a struggle. But
I'm with you.
Yeah. So I liked a lot of it's the same thing with the sequels. I liked a lot of things about those movies. They weren't my favorite movies, but I didn't really have anything against them though. I didn't really particularly like the Jen Erso girl. I felt like she was a little bit the exact same as the Rey thing, but I loved the scene with Darth Vader in there. I thought that was one of the most epic Darth Vader scenes that there's ever been made. So do you see how it's like
100%?
You know what I'm saying? It's like say this person likes blue, but this person likes red. I
think that Vader scene is why it resonated with everyone so well. It's because it was powerful. We never got to see really that whole other side of things, and he was dark. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just
the way he just
evil.
Cut the dude as he had him up on the ceiling. He was just like slashing. I was just like, whoa, dude, yeah.
But now, okay, so that movie came out. I don't know exactly the date, but obviously the recent Obi-Wan Kenobi series.
Right.
Okay, now when Vader's going down the town, dragging people with the Force out of their house, that was epic to me.
I agree, man. Like that was exactly, to me, that's exactly how it should have been portrayed.
Yes, that right there, and they did that to me there.
I think that was the right thing to do. Yeah.
He was mad. He was angry. I mean, you could just just that power that he had was portrayed in that scene alone.
Totally. Like, go ahead.
And I was gonna say, even Obi-Wan could sense like he was scared. You could see Obi-Wan was a little.
And I was scared for him. I was like, "Oh, dude, you're scared, man. What's going on?"
So I didn't mean to trail off on that. But
no. Sorry, I do that the most. So you're gonna have to keep me moving.
Yeah, the Rogue One story was good. Like it was good, but I was more intrigued with Chirrut Îmwe, like
Galen.
No,
or
what was it? Donnie Yen, the blind Chirrut.
Oh yeah. Wait, the guy with
he whooped everybody's butt with the staff, and he kept saying, "I'm
the Force is with me." Yeah. With me. Oh, was that? I thought that was in the Force Awakens.
No, Rogue One.
I need to go back and watch that. I thought I got in my mind. I have it that it's in the sequel movie.
No, it's okay.
I did like that guy. I did think he was cool.
Yeah, I like that whole story about Rogue One with him. In the wills and stuff. But
I like the wills, the power of the wills. Like there's a lot to do. Actually, those guys tie into my channel somehow in a way.
Oh, really?
Through the lore, yeah, and it's interesting. We can talk about that at some point if you want to.
Yeah, we were just talking about the Disney in the movies and the show. What about the shows? What about the series now? Like,
I like pretty much everything that's out right now. I liked the Clone Wars and the Rebels. I liked Rebels a little bit more than Clone Wars in some cases, but that's an unpopular opinion. And people look at me like I'm crazy when I say that. I'm like, dude, that's just how I thought. You asked me my opinion, I just told you. You get mad.
I can.
You know what I mean? Yeah,
I can see that right now as I'm doing that.
Yeah, there's just some things I thought was cool.
Yeah.
More cool than the Clone Wars. I don't understand what's such a big deal about it.
See, I think with the Clone Wars thing, I don't mean to jump in, but it's very long.
Yes,
and that's a good thing.
It is.
Okay.
It is.
But I tried recently, a few months back, I found the chronological order chart. I tried doing it. I'm like, man, this is going to take a long time. That's all I kept telling myself, Yeah. But Rebels, it's only 4 seasons.
Right.
I'm having fun with it.
And I really liked the character of Kanan and I'm just having a hard time remembering names. Yes, Ezra, him and Ezra. I like the duo between them. I'm a fan of like the master and the apprentice thing. I like that. I think that's a very cool dynamic of Star Wars. I think it's like the most important thing of Star Wars.
Okay.
The master and apprentice.
I like that.
That's what you know what I mean? And it's just like, I think that's one thing I really liked about that. And everybody else, all the characters, like I can get along with them. And to go on to the other shows, like the live action shows, I love Mandalorian. There's things about Mandalorian that I do not like, but I don't like the Boba Fett one. But there's things in the show about Boba that I did like about Boba Fett, because I'm just a Star Wars fan. So, but
I love that.
You know what I mean?
I love that.
And same with Obi-Wan. There were things in that show that I didn't like. I thought it was weird that he used a blaster, but then later on I was like, no, that's okay. Like, we can work with that. Like, I can get along with that. Like, it's cool. He's in a time where it just had to happen that way. Like, that's fine. but then he used his lightsaber. I'm like, no, I didn't like how they made him like really like a hermit. But then as as it sits a while, you understand why they tell the story they tell, that they do it their way.
Yeah.
But really, that's what it is, just someone else's idea of the story. So it's
And
really
I just want to say that I love that. I love Star Wars. I'm a fan.
yeah.
You know
Thank
what?
you. I agree.
And to go back to the people making fun of you and stuff, man. Well, fuck them.
Yeah,
And I
dude,
normally
for real.
don't swear on here much, but
It's
like
cool, man.
I don't like
I
that's
know
just that still chaps me that people like there's
it's
still
just
the
annoying,
world is
dude.
like that, man.
I
Yeah.
know, man. I was like, dude, it was sixth grade, probably like sixth grade, and I'm just like, bro, I'm training to become a Jedi Knight.
Yeah. If
Don't
I
mess
could,
with me,
well,
bro.
you are one, man. You are
Thank you,
one,
man.
bro.
Thank you, dude. I appreciate that, bro. That is encouraging. Thanks.
Yeah, like for the folks, like we'll get to it here, but like you're really good with a lightsaber, man. Like I was like, holy shit, watching you, and I played with some nunchucks from time to time, but I never have no lightsaber skills, man.
Dude, you really think that? Thanks,
Yeah,
dude.
I was like, Dad, you're
Thank you.
twirling that thing. I'm like, I want to know how to do that.
Dang, dude. I guess I'm so hard on myself, dude. I'm just like,
Oh,
it's because people were hard on you when you're
yeah,
young,
no,
so you become hard on yourself because
yeah,
you got to do what everybody thinks. You got to do whatever, whatever.
I know.
And so, like, I appreciate hearing that, man, because I think what I'm seeing now is that people are intimidated, or I don't want to say it like that because people will get the wrong idea, but like, uh, you know, people are just intimidated is really what it is. It's just that they're afraid of other people because they're doing something that they're not doing that they want to do maybe
Yeah.
or something like that. And that's
Yeah,
all right. Like I have the exact same experience as a human too. Like I see other people and there's times where I get jealous of other people too, I mean like or like like I wish that I would have done something with Star Wars earlier on, like some of the younger generations are doing. Like, I'm really happy for these people, honestly. Like the younger kids, like it's amazing to see that. I'm glad because that's what I wanted to have for myself.
Yes.
So I should be happy for those other people too.
Oh man, yeah. I can't believe the younger. Like I got to give a shout out to Quinlan Voss, Brennan. He kind of made my new thumbnail template that I'm going to be using for my Star Wars talks here. And he's 16 years old, and he's just intelligent, and he's goal driven, and he loves Star Wars, and he knows a lot about it. So I mean, you're right. These young generation that are coming up are going to carry the torch.
Dude, they are us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what's awesome. And one thing, if you are a part of the younger generations, I just would like to say this to you. Be humble. Be humble. If you have a gift and you're good at something, be humble about it and do not be arrogant and do not act like you're better than other people because of that. Let your gift will take you to where you want to go. You just have to be patient in the process and trust that it's going to work out. Okay. But do not beat up other people and do not belittle them and do not elevate yourself above them. But you should put yourself underneath them because you're the one that has the gift and the strength to do that. I just wanted to say that.
Yeah, that's very good. That's very good, man. And it's true. And don't give up.
Amen. Yeah, don't give up. Keep pushing forward and don't forget about what people say about you because it doesn't help you.
Yeah, absolutely. So I mean, I'm just blown away, and even like you, man. You said you're 32. You're still. I mean, and you got a gift, bro. It like you're an artist. And I'm gonna say that.
Man.
I know you're the architect, but like for real, you like music. You got the visual thing. You got this whole package.
I used to draw a lot when I was a kid too. So yes, I am an artist, and I paint for a living. So,
perfect. Look at you. Well, good. I'm glad I got you on here because before you know it, I'll be emailing you or texting you. Hey, man, I need your autograph.
Yeah. Well, you'll have it, bro. No problem there.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
So yeah. So I love that you're just a Star Wars fan. You love it. That's perfectly said. I couldn't have said that better myself. You like all aspects of it, and you don't like some of the stuff as well, and that's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
That's the best way to be. So
Balance.
what about, yeah, there you go. So what about like the books and comics? Like,
Oh, dude, I love the books. Okay, so about a little bit about me, about reading. It's hard for me to read, but I happen to be one of those people that really likes something that I'm not good at with reading. I'm not like the greatest reader because it's like I'm thinking about so many other things too. And so I really have to try extra hard to focus on what I'm reading because I'll read and then I've seen the pace that you read at and I'm like, dang, that is inspiring. He read that entire book. One of the books that you just read, you read it in like 2 days or something.
Well, it was a week, I think, almost a week. Yeah,
but even
I read a lot.
But that's amazing, dude. I'm glad to be in good company when it comes to like with the novels and the comics and stuff, and because I want to be better at reading. Like I can read a book a month. That's all I can do. I read 10 novels, Star Wars novels last year. I don't know how, but dude, that is a huge accomplishment for me. I wanted to read all these books when I was a kid, but ever since that one incident where I got made fun of, it kind of just threw it off. It really did. It's crappy, but like I couldn't read in public anymore. And then like I stopped reading, and then because of the pandemic and everything else that's going on in life, I picked up the novels. The first one I read was Obi-Wan's story because the show was coming out. That's what happened. The show was coming out, and I was like, I got to read this, even though it didn't have anything to do with the show. But you still, if you're a lore nerd, then you know that there's still ways that it blends in. And
yeah, well, actually, I hadn't talked to John Jackson Miller.
I see it right there.
Yeah, and Deborah Chow and Ewan McGregor did read the novel, and like in the show, in the beginning throughout the show, he was trying to talk to Qui-Gon. Right. Well, that meditation scenes are in the novel,
which is in the novel, right?
So I mean, it's cool, but yes, they went like a different route with the story.
Yeah, you can't say though. There's one side note is like there's no reason for them to not include the canon, the original canon in the EU, dude. Because it's like every one of these directors and writers, they go to the books to get their ideas, and it's obvious because it comes out in the movies and you see it, like what you just explained.
Yeah,
but it's like I don't think just as saying that all of Star Wars needs to just be one thing. It doesn't need to be split up. I just wanted to say that.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I mean, that's the way I kind of look at it. But then, like we talked about earlier, it's like, well, a new company bought it. Maybe they wanted to try new things, try to, I don't know. But to me, that was my first. It's like, you have all this material here.
Right. Yeah.
Why aren't you using that?
Yeah.
But who knows? I'm not an executive or anything or a high up.
I'm a fan, so that makes me even more entitled. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, and you shouldn't you're home. Okay, now you're involved, you're back into Star Wars, and we were talking earlier today about like I don't mean to trail off our subject, but like the community of people in Star Wars is just it's overwhelming, and it's very accepting and embracing.
Bro, I know, right? It was like I was like, dude, these people actually like me, dude. I like Star Wars. Do they really like Star Wars? Because it's like,
oh yeah,
I'm like, dude, I just didn't realize people actually liked it as much as I did, and I was just like,
oh yeah. I mean, neither did I. I mean, it's crazy.
It is. I'm like, dude, this is amazing. Like, so there's other people. So there's good-looking girls. There's that like Star Wars in the community, and then there's other people that are just like basic people like us. That I'm like looking at myself in a mirror, and I'm like, well, they like Star Wars and they got a normal life. Like, what the heck is the difference between me and them?
Right? Yeah, it's crazy, and it's just beautiful. It's so cool. To me, I've met so many good people so far, and everyone's been like I said, they accept you, they embrace you, they try to help you. If you're trying to, like you said, with the books,
right?
There's a lot of books. There's a lot of comic books.
Many. Yeah.
I mean, and don't worry, take your time and enjoy reading it, man. Who cares if you read 10 a year?
Yeah, I do know. Really though, thanks. I needed to hear that because.
So what? As long as you enjoy
the book,
that's what matters.
And that's the thing too, is that I find that the more that I try to just focus on enjoying it, it's the easier it is for me to read. it's just something. I don't know. It just happens to have that effect. Anyways, no, yeah, yeah. Go ahead. You got
Well, I
something?
was gonna say, yeah, to enjoy the story as long as it matters to you. That's
Right.
you know what I mean. Then you want to share that with somebody. That's great. Like your little excerpt from Revenge of the Sith there. So that's kind of what I'm doing. I'm just taking my time. I'm
Right.
just
Yeah.
enjoying the ride. But I read in the morning when I get up for a while. I read at lunchtime and then before I go to bed. So, and especially some of these books are hard to put down.
Dude, that's actually how I've been reading too. Yeah, just all throughout the day trying to like read a little bit, and especially in the morning, like I'm in this state of mind where I'm just like all I can do is like I don't know, I can just focus on one thing. Somehow your mind is just easier. I don't know. Do you know anything about that? I don't.
Yeah, no. I have an issue with audiobooks. I know a lot of folks like audiobooks, but like I can't focus on that.
I can't either though. That's the thing is like I do listen. If I can't read, I like to listen just so I
Right.
can listen. You know what I mean?
Right.
But and it's cool when they have the sound effects in there too, which is great. But then it's like, but that's almost like a movie.
Well,
Which
yeah.
it's not bad or anything like that. It's just like I don't know. I feel like I have to read something to be able to feel like I actually like.
Grab it.
Yeah, I just.
Now, I will say this though: the original Star Wars radio dramas are phenomenal, and it's like you said with sound effect. It's actually it's a drama. It's a drama. Mark Hamill's in there. You know.
That's actually yeah. That's how they used to just do that back in the day. They didn't have the visual or whatever, as far as I know. Which, like I was saying, I didn't mean to like say I'm not against that at all by any means.
Right.
Like
No. Right.
I just it's I guess time and place. Like if you're on the go, it's the best time, or you're driving or something and you want to listen to it. That's amazing. It's such an amazing thing.
Yeah. So do you have a lot? Like, is there one you're currently reading right now?
So I have behind me, you probably can't see it, but yeah, right. This right here is the trilogy, the Dark Lord trilogy. I kind of was like, man, I should have bought all 3 books, but anyways, I got that. I'm just reading out of that, reading the Revenge of the Sith, and then I'm also reading a comic at the same time. I do that back and forth. I'll read a chapter in this, and I'll read a chapter in that, and a comic or something, because I like to use the comics to make little lore videos out of it. And I'm reading it all about Darth Vader right now. I just am obsessed since the Obi-Wan Kenobi show.
Yeah.
It made me like love Anakin even more, just because. But just been really reading a lot of that about him. And what did I just finish? I just finished reading. I can't remember what I just finished, but.
What's Do you get like? Do you prefer hardcover, softcover? Doesn't matter.
So the only ones that I have on my shelves over here, they're out of the view, but I only have the little short novels that have the Legends band on it.
Okay.
And I'll just get one. What am I doing? Let's get one. This.
Oh yeah.
It's just that. It's just basic, because they're cheaper, and I just wanted to have a bunch of them so I could read them. And I usually mostly just have that version, and then I have a few other books that are, I think, 2 hardcovers. That's about it.
Okay. All right. So working on the collection. That's all right. Yeah, it's a journey.
Yeah.
It can be pricey too sometimes, depending.
Yeah,
but like you said, the paperback, cheap route. That's a book's a book.
That's right.
You'll
trying to get better light in here.
No, man. Looks good. Looks good.
Is it?
I see. What is that? What do you got back there? Is that a Schmoid in the picture frame back there? I see.
What's that?
Your dog?
Oh, my dog in the picture? Yeah. That's his name is Luke.
Yeah,
he's good. Yeah.
So do you collect any like other collectibles when it comes to Star Wars? I know I see you got some lightsabers. I know you got all that going on, but like you still got some of them action figures you were talking about from when you were a kid?
Actually, this is the only one Black Series that I have.
Really?
Which is the
that's Revan, Jedi Knight.
Or Jedi Knight Revan. And I actually had a lot of figures that I lost when we moved houses, like the bank took the house or whatever and took all the stuff because we just left it. But I used to have like all these figures and stuff like that. But yeah, I want to get back into collecting those because, you know, the more the merrier, man.
Oh yeah, I know, brother. Sometimes it can be overwhelming though.
It really can, yeah.
You know, especially now they're putting so much stuff out.
I
here,
know.
and it's just like all these, you know, Target exclusive or, you know, Walmart exclusive. And
They're so expensive though, man.
yes.
I actually got that gifted to me by a musician friend that I work with on projects and stuff. He sent it to me.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
so
cool.
it was like $35 or $40 one. I'm like, dude, you're a bro, man.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's I believe that's the GameStop exclusive or something.
Yes,
like
actually, yeah, he got
Yeah.
it from GameStop. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Mhm.
So, where did you get involved with like learning how to do all the lightsaber stuff? I want to talk about that a little bit.
All right, sure, yeah. Just like as far as
Yeah,
how to spin a saber.
yeah.
So really, I just from playing with the toys, man, when I was a kid, literally, that's it. I had the Qui-Gon saber, I had the Obi-Wan, I had the talking Anakin lightsaber from episode 3. You had a little code on the button that you would push in, and it always said Obi-Wan's voice was always like, "May the Force be with you, always." And like I had that. I just was, you know, I was a Jedi, man. I am a Jedi.
Yeah, you are.
And I just played with the lightsabers, and then we wanted to do a little bit more, and so we made the sticks. And actually, around that time, I think they had just started making these style lightsabers, and I saw one on the internet, and I was like, I need to have one of those, but I never got one until now I have tons of them.
Yeah,
So.
I was gonna say, like, you have a variety. Like, what would you recommend to some? Like, see, I've never had a real, like, I got Luke's lightsaber from Power of the Force. You know, the original plastic, the hard. This one's nice.
Wait, you have it? Do you have it in the room?
I do. Yeah.
Dude, I gotta see, man.
Okay,
I'll show you at some point. Yeah,
I'll grab it in a second.
All right.
So I've never had a really cool, like, high-end lightsaber. Okay, I pre-ordered. My wife was like, "Go ahead, honey." I pre-ordered the Luke's FX series.
Yes.
That's from the Mandalorian, I believe it's from.
Nice.
First one I'm gonna ever have that.
Dude, congrats, man. That's the best first one you could get right there. Man.
And I think I might do a video opening up on here.
You should, dude. You definitely should.
Why not? You know, I used to show some toy videos and stuff. So yeah,
bro. Why not?
So I'm excited for that. But what do you recommend for someone?
As far as which lightsaber to get for just starting out, if you're just a hardcore fan, you can do what he did and just get your favorite hero lightsaber. If you if you want to not spend too much money, then I would say to let me grab this one real quick. Hold up.
Yep. Go ahead. Yeah, he's got a lot of lightsabers, and I'm telling you guys, he's really good. I'm gonna put his links and stuff down below. You got to check him out. He's awesome.
This one right here, man. Okay, so these blades do not actually have LEDs, but the light comes from the handle, and it's an RGB saber. And as you can see in the video, it looks just as good.
Yeah.
As a trying to get the right. It looks just as good as a NeoPixel, which I'll show you the difference too.
Okay. But yeah, that'd be great.
These are the.
Oh, you can.
These are made for combat.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are made for that. So these are the good ones for, learning to just
oh, look at that.
Fight and stuff like that or whatever. But like, if you want to have the stuff for doing video stuff, like how I'm doing,
yep,
you would want to go with one of the. Where is my newest one? You want to go with the. Hold up.
No, you're right. You're right. I got you. Yeah, you just got so many. It's just impressive, man.
Thank you, brother. Yeah, that's it. Actually, I just put this one together. I just got the hilt in the mail, and I'm really pumped about this one.
All right.
This one is going to ultimately be like the daddy lightsaber, and it is going to have a Profi board, which is like the highest end lightsaber board you can have.
Okay.
But this is the difference between the RGB and so here's your RGB.
Okay.
No LED lights in the blade. That's the difference between this and this one. This one does. You see the difference? You see how that one has the effect going in and out?
Yeah.
The Luke Skywalker one you bought will probably have these features.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you're going to get the good one.
All right.
But it's got a turn. They all have these gesture controls, which is just all you do is
just kind of give it a little twist.
Yeah. So basically the difference is that it's just the board, the chip that's inside of the chassis of the lightsaber, and then the LEDs in the actual blade.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah. But anyways, yeah. Okay. Sorry.
I'm glad. This is great.
Yeah,
I wanted to see this, and I hope folks can see this up close and personal, because you don't know. I've seen I get ads for lightsabers all the time, and I don't know what's going on. Right. So I appreciate this.
Absolutely. Yeah. Just go get. It doesn't matter which one you get. Just get if you want to fight, then get something like this.
Okay.
And if you want, I have a coupon, or I have a code that you can use to get 15% off with this specific company. You have to go through Saber Masters. They're on Instagram. They're all everywhere. Look them. They have all the lightsabers, any lightsaber you want, but these are pretty cheap. You can get 2 of these for like $250, and then you can use my coupon. It's Architects, and you can get 15% off or whatever. And I do receive a little bit of a commission, but just to let you know.
That's great. I wanted you to say I was playing a little bit coy there, because I know you're a
yeah.
Like I still wanted to see all this, because I had no idea. Like I've never held one.
You haven't yet? Man, no. I'm so glad to hear that. You're gonna go ahead.
So I'm really excited, and plus I know you're an expert, and I just want to know, like, can you design how that looks, like the hilt, or is that is there?
You mean, do I have the skill set to do that myself, you're saying, or?
Well, like when you purchase one of these, or like, can you kind of pick what kind of frame you want?
Yeah, I mean, you can do custom stuff. Like literally, you can do anything.
Okay.
They have all the parts on certain websites, or certain companies will have options that you can
choose from.
Right. You can make your own custom, for instance, just to give you a little bit more information. Here you go. This one right here is another one of my favorites. This is a Xeno Pixel board. It functions the exact same way as the other one with the LEDs in the blade. These are LED. They're called NeoPixel blades. So,
man,
this is another really cool. It just looks so real on the camera, man. That's why That's why they made these, and they use these to film Obi-Wan, the show.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And all of the new shows they use these.
They use them.
Yep.
Really nice.
That's for the prop, and mainly what it is for the practical lighting. You see the lighting on my face?
Yeah, I can see. I was gonna say it looks great.
Like, and you can look at Ewan McGregor's face, and you can see. You're like, I can tell that's a lightsaber like reflection of the light that I have. Anyways, that's just a nerd thing.
So no, that's great, because I can just imagine for you, like, always wanting to be a Jedi as a kid. Okay, yeah, we got the plastic sabers. They make noise. They light up a little bit, but now you get this.
Right.
And now it's like, dude, I can't wait.
Dude, yes. Actually, it's funny you say that. They're the little audio on the internet of you can put audios on your Instagram videos and reels and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know how to do all that.
Oh, okay, never mind. I'm being complicated.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, there's the movie, the Step Brothers movie with Will Ferrell and the other guy.
Yep.
He's like, oh man, imagine if we had these things when we were 12. He's talking about the night vision goggles or something, and then he's like, even better, we have them when we're 40. And there's an audio. That audio clip is used throughout the algorithm on TikTok and stuff, and people make videos with their lightsabers, and they're like, "Imagine if we had these when we were 12." And it's like, even better, we got them now. We're adults, and it's such a joy, man. It's like, yes, it is that you actually get to like look at how freaking happy I am right now.
I know you're making me smile. I'm excited,
Yeah, it's
man.
awesome,
I can't.
man.
I'm supposed to be here before May 4th.
Oh, dude, awesome. So do you know anything about the specs of the one you got?
I have no. I just Luke
So Luke
Skywalker.
Skywalker.
The missus said go ahead, and I ordered it. You know,
Nice.
like I just was like yes.
Cool. Right on.
So
That's awesome.
I don't know. I'm like I said, I'm just excited. Like, do you cosplay too? I didn't really see.
Actually, yeah, I do. And the reason is because I do the video and the fan film stuff, so you have to do that. And I'm just like a super huge fan, anyways. And these are basically my two. I have my character, my original cosplay character. Let me get this in the right angle. Has two sabers, and I'm sorry, these.
No, yeah. Oh, they're so good looking, man.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Yeah,
this one just came in the mail. It's way bigger than the other one, but it's just, it's supposed to be that way. But these are my original Gray Jedi sabers that I'm going to use, that I use for my Gray Jedi cosplay, which has a character. The character has a name. His name is Waith Dre. And I had a friend here amongst us in the community. She's a really good writer, and she helped me write the first three scripts of my first 3 episodes of the fan films that I'm gonna put out on my YouTube channel. So yes,
yes, awesome. I enjoyed that. I just got ordered a Jedi attire.
Did you?
Oh, I did. The whole shebang. The only thing I don't have is the boots, and I don't know what to do about that. So
well, it's okay. I already went through what you're going through, so now I can help you out.
Oh,
you just have Etsy. Do you have? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I don't have Etsy though. Continue.
Okay. Well, for cosplay, I just ended up making a Etsy account. Anyways, because that was the best I found source to get. I want movie quality costume. You know what I mean? I'm trying to make a film, so I want to have really real looking stuff. And so they have the best options. The cloak that I got is amazing. You could wear it in the winter, and it's great fabric and well made, really well made.
It does look good.
Yeah, even the torso, the shirt, that's even from Etsy, and they're a little pricey, but the thing is that you just have to put the money into.
Well, right. I mean, that's with anything, though, right?
Anything. Exactly.
That's a good point that you said that. Yeah. I hope if people in the comments would let me know how my mic sounds. I got a new mic.
Oh, it sounds really good.
It's a blue. Yeah. He said it sounds good. I don't know how it's going to sound after I record. You could listen to yourself, but you know what I mean? It's
right.
not the same as someone else hearing you.
I happen to be a trained professional when it comes to audio, and it sounds great.
Sounds good. So. Perfect. Thank you, sir. That's good to know. I'm excited to give this one a go.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like you said, but that's in anything in life. You got, if you want something good, you got to pay.
Exactly. Yeah.
So the boots, that's the only thing I'm missing. I'm excited to do it. I just my library here in town. They do a Star Wars event for May the 4th. They do the Star Wars reads thing.
Nice.
So it's all cool.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good time. So I was there to try to put my 2 cents in on what we can do. So I want to dress up. I want to cosplay.
Do it, man. Do it, dude. Yeah. Do it. Are you doing a Luke Skywalker cosplay?
I don't know. You mentioned you had your character name, and that was a question I was going to ask you because
the original, bro. I think that'd be freaking cool, man. That'd be so cool.
I already have my own name. I asked everyone. So yeah, I'm excited.
Well, if you want to share, I'd be down to hear it.
My Trax Bowden. That's my name.
Trax Bowden. I love that. Yes. That's freaking cool.
And the story behind that is Bowden was always the character name the name I would choose for my character in Final Fantasy VII games or Breath of Fire. Growing up, I was a big RPG kid.
Yeah.
Okay. And then as I got older, Traxxas was my World of Warcraft Night Elf Hunter character. So I just tracks Bowden.
Makes sense, dude. That's how Star Wars names were come up with, man.
So yeah,
that's really good.
Maybe it'll be in a book one day. That'd be cool.
Tracks Bowden. That's a perfect Star Wars name. Right
Thank
on.
you. Yeah. So I'm excited to give that a go. I'm glad I'm going to get some information from you on what I can do for the boots. But
the boots. Yeah. I got mine. What?
On Etsy, right?
I think I actually got my boots from Amazon, and
really?
I can't remember. I'll have to get back to you on that. Let me.
No, that's good.
Yeah, I'll get back to you on that.
That's good. And it's like bringing this back. Like you said, you recently got back into Star Wars, right? I don't mean to circle
pretty
back
much pretty much since last Star Wars Celebration, and when I found out Obi-Wan and Mandalorian, basically when the Mandalorian came back around.
So you heard about that, and that kind of sucked you back in.
Yeah, I was like, oh, new Star Wars stuff, sweet. Let's go to this.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Right.
We were talking as well before about like just the support and the community and the appreciation and love. It brought me back too. You know what I mean? It's Star Wars is like that safe, fun place, like we were talking about, that takes you out of the
it's
real
that
world.
galaxy far, far away feeling, literally.
Yep. So I'm with you on that 100%.
It's awesome.
So what else you got coming down the food chain here on the channel? What else you got in mind besides some new music and such?
So basically, the focus of my YouTube channel is just to like realize my entire childhood Star Wars vision, basically. You know what I mean? And so I just plan on, as I get better at doing it, I just plan on producing Star Wars fan films. Just keep doing that like I write music, and I can't stop doing that. And that's what I want to do. So I have 3 episodes that are already written that I may have to do a little bit of tweaking in, but I really just have to film the first episode of the fan film, the 3 series episode that I wrote, that I had help writing with my good friend. I gave her my story, and then she basically helped me put it into like a story. You know what I mean? Because I'm not that great at it, so I needed some help.
That's excellent, man. Yeah. That's good. That's people that have these ideas and these visions. It's so awesome and impressive, and especially when you get to do it and you get to share it with other people.
Absolutely, man. And part of being just a Star Wars fan, I feel like, and just a human in general, like, you got to help other people. You know what I mean? Where you go, you have to bring them with you. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, absolutely.
The people that actually care about you and that are actually there for you and genuinely want to be involved with what you're doing, those are the people that go with you, and like, you have to do that for them, because you would want someone to do that for you. So you got to do that. And it's just it's part of human nature, man, just to like, because that you have the passion that you have for Star Wars. And so it's like, you can't just take all that for yourself. You know what I mean? You got to share that joy with somebody. Yeah. So I like to give people credit for what they do, especially when they help me out. Like this girl that helped me write my stories. She deserves the credit and the notoriety for how well she writes. So that's my point.
That's awesome. Mm-hmm. So that's good to know. That it takes us out of that place. You're making content, the fan thing. I love that.
Yeah,
it's great, and I appreciate that. So much. One thing that I wanted to mention to you, I would throw this out there.
Yeah,
because we were talking about things like the part of the Jedi flaw and such earlier, but I just had this wrote down. But there's so many, you're good with a lightsaber. There's so many different teachings in this world. Even martial arts, we'll say, right? You got Taekwondo, you got Jeet Kune Do, you got this, you got that, karate. There's always these schools, okay? Now, what if they're like, why couldn't somebody have like a Jedi Academy? You know, it's like where you got some different philosophies of things.
Actually, like you're saying, yeah, I know exactly what you're saying. What if like there literally was, like, okay, there's jujitsu, karate, taekwondo. What if there actually was Jedi Academy?
Yeah,
I would be an instructor.
you know what I'm saying? Why?
But there
could be. You
could
go
be,
there,
for
you
sure.
learn. You learn a lightsaber. You know, kind of like the moves that you could like. Because there's
You're
people out
learning
there that
combat.
do lightsaber battles, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like a flow. That's
Absolutely,
cool.
yeah.
You know, Tai Chi. It's a
Mhm.
flow. You know.
Right.
I don't know. I wanted to bring that up to you.
No, I'm totally into that idea. Actually, the thing is, like, I wish that there was more people around me locally that were Star Wars fans, because I'd be more open about doing stuff and all that. And I would go to a convention or something. I've never been to a Comic-Con, which I've always wanted to go to one. But
Same here.
Really, yeah. To be honest, dude, I want to go with people. I'm not really like I'm a loner, but I'm not really a traveler loner.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
No, 100. Yeah, I get it. I get what you're saying. Yeah. No, yeah, and that'd probably be the best way to go is a group of friends.
Right.
It'd probably be cheaper, you know,
Yeah.
because it's probably pretty pricey, and especially you want to go, so you want to buy stuff too.
Right.
That's there.
That definitely, yeah.
So, I mean, who knows? You know, I'd love to go to one too.
Yeah, it would be really cool. Did I answer your question? Because I probably didn't.
Yeah, no, we just were about the Jedi. I just why couldn't we have, like, you know, where there's a Jedi Master? I mean, who knows?
It would be so much fun.
It'd be cool, man. Right?
Yeah.
What type of character would you like to be? And like, if you could actually be in there, like, would you a Jedi?
I would definitely like to be. Okay, well, since my name is Architects, Star Wars Architects, I would like to be somebody on the High Council. I'll just be straight up about it. Like, I don't think it's not arrogant. It's just it's called boldness. You know what I mean? It's just like, I just know I know that I'm not that, I don't know everything, but I also know that what I do know is that I could be a good instructor for people, and I'm a good teacher, and I can be a good leader. I know that. Those are the things that I do know. So I would like to be an elder of the council, or like just one of the.
That's cool. I know. I like that answer because it's different. It's different. Most, you know, normally everybody wants to be a smuggler, Jedi, you know, whatever. I had an Imperial officer recently. It's cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Different. You know, I'd like to be Jedi,
right.
Even though I disagree with some of the code.
Okay. If I could say something to that.
Yeah.
That is a good point. And I think that if I were to be, I would run a school like that. I would run it like Luke Skywalker did.
Yeah.
I totally agree with how Luke sees it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, I think we're on the same page with that.
Yeah.
And I think that there just needs to be more humanity in the Jedi code. And it's like, it's not that we have to get rid of the Jedi or anything, or that it's like, I think, to put it simple, I think that the better version of what a Jedi actually is would be a gray Jedi. That's just what I think. And I have a lot of things to share as to why I think that. There's some people, like even Kanan Jarrus, actor, his voice actor, Freddie Prinze Jr. does not like the concept of gray Jedi. He made that very evident, known in the video. You've probably seen it, and it's just like, bro, I mean, like, you guys just don't like a concept that you don't understand. I feel like that's just what it is. And even though you worked in Star Wars, or even though George Lucas is the creator of Star Wars, there's still other perspectives of life that that George Lucas doesn't have. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That other people can provide and bring the insight that can actually bring the story more to life. It's just there's just some things about that people could consider, is all I'm saying.
That's true. And yeah, he has voiced his opinion about that and the Gray Jedi. Did you want to get into that more?
Sure. I mean, like, I don't have nothing against Freddie Prinze Jr. that he doesn't like it. I'm sure he would have a bunch to say about me, or tell me I don't know what I'm talking about, shut up. like he did in the video or whatever. But like, it's like what I've noticed, and I know this because I have had the time to take the time to study the Gray Jedi thing, and and also pay attention as to why people don't like it. And what it always comes down to is that it's not really lines up with canon, or it doesn't suit what they like, is what it comes down to me. And it comes down to really is the doctrines. That's what you notice if you really pay attention to it. Like you said yourself, you don't really agree with the code of the Jedi, but it's not that you're against the Jedi. It's just there's some things in it,
Right,
that you don't agree with. Now, that's the same with Luke Skywalker, how he felt about them and many other Jedi. So yeah. I'm like Qui-Gon, Anakin,
Dooku.
Yeah, Dooku. I actually have got to know Dooku a lot better, and I actually really like him. He's a character I didn't like until the Tales of the Jedi.
Yeah, that was great too. I liked all that interaction. Even, another book I would suggest would be Dooku Jedi Lost. It's an audio. I heard it's a killer audio drama, but like I can't do it. So I read the book. It's a script actually. So it's kind of cool because in my head I was like trying to be the characters when I read it.
Well, that's pretty cool. I have Jedi, which is with Dooku. I don't know if that. No,
I have not read that one yet, but it's like it's got some Dooku. Yeah, I'm not.
This is what I want to say to everybody in the Star Wars community.
Or not Jedi.
Huh?
No, Jedi is an older book.
Yeah, it's probably like from the 80s or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. It's got and sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, it's cool. What I was saying is that this is the point about the Gray Jedi, is this. They're not the villains, first of all, and secondly, they are just other Force users that do not agree with the high order of Jedi that run the Jedi. They just don't agree with their philosophies. And if you look up and do some research about these guys, you'll see that you yourself and you as well, that you have more in common with these other groups than the actual Jedi themselves. We're more at odds with how they think and believe things should be ran than we are with the Gray Jedi people. Like, I think that's just something people are afraid to look at because it might actually be true, is what I'm saying. Is like, the Gray Jedi is more of a philosophy or more of a code than it is like, just a stupid concept, I feel like. And you can take gray out of it, and what the Force user stands for is still in the between of the dark and the light. That's just a little bit about it. I could talk about that forever, but I won't.
No, that's good. I appreciate that. Yeah, I think some people think the balance, maybe the gray kind of throws the balance off, right? Like you were saying.
But it actually brings the balance. And guess what? That concept, sorry to keep going on, but that concept is in Rebels.
Yeah, I was just going to say,
the Bendu, I'm the one in the middle. And it's like, I don't understand what the controversy is when that concept is in the canon of Star Wars. You guys just, no offense, people don't know the lore. I don't know all the lore. I'm not trying to be a know-it-all. I'm just trying to say, I just have to voice my opinion.
Yeah.
That's all I can say.
No, I dig it.
Yeah.
That's what we're here for.
That's right.
Yes, the concept. Yeah, I could see that. I just was kind of just being in general, a response to some of the conflict that people arise over that conversation. I think it's cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, I just look at Qui-Gon Jinn as a great Jedi.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's how I think of it.
Oh man, it's just I would like to get some more Dooku Qui-Gon.
Right, and that would be really cool, actually.
That's what I would like, because even in Attack of the Clones, when Dooku's got Obi-Wan captured there, he's like, it's too bad Qui-Gon's not here.
I could really use his help.
Yeah.
And then now that you know what is in Tales of the Jedi, you're looking at Qui-Gon or Dooku, you're like, I actually like him more. And you're like, wait a second, dude. What I'm saying right now, Dooku would agree with. I feel like he would agree with, because he would ultimately, what we're both seeing is the same thing. It's that the Jedi are corrupt within themselves, and they don't know it, and they're causing problems that they're not acknowledging, and that's a problem. And it's not good. It's actually not good. It's bad. That would be evil.
Yeah.
So that's the evil within the Jedi, that they are telling their Padawans not to worry about. But really, it's like there's the evil within them that they're not acknowledging, and that's what makes it so confusing and ultimately causes them to turn to the dark side.
I love it. I love how passionate you are about it, man.
Thanks, man.
I dig it.
Thank you.
No, it's for real. I like these conversations and topics, and you get to really express yourself and get it out there, and other people. Yeah, you already question. Already made me like, yeah, that's a valid point.
And thank you, dude. The reason is, though, that I'm so passionate that I'm able to put that passion behind it is because it really relates to me in my real life. So it's like a lot of what I really believe in real life lines up with what I'm trying to explain through this, and it translates too good. And it's so, yeah, anyways, that's where I get it.
I was going to ask you next, how has Star Wars impacted your life?
Man, you always know as a kid, like, the battle between good and evil is always something. As a young boy growing up, you're just like, man, I want to be a good hero. I want to be the hero guy. You just have that in you. You know what I'm saying? Yep. I think that's just what a man is. And so I always like the idea of fighting evil with good, and overcoming evil with good, and not turning to the dark side, and that's what the whole point of the Gray Jedi is that they acknowledge that they have darkness within them, but they just find the balance, and they don't within themselves, and they don't fully become dark side users. You get what I'm saying? They just they have the Force. Period. So it's really impacted my life a lot, to be honest, because even my clothes that I wear just around the house are like Jedi vibes. You know what I mean? Like they're just like, samurai looking pants, and then like sandals, man. And I'm just like with a bamboo bow staff.
Yeah.
That's me, man.
I love it, man. That's good energy. That's what that is. Good energy.
Right.
You got yourself centered. Yeah, I love it too. I love the aspects. I appreciate you sharing that. I love the aspects of the Force and the idea of that whole what they stand by and what they stand for. Like you said, the hero you want to be, that's how
Awesome, bro. Yeah, it's good.
It is. It's a big impact. And it's followed you into your other passions, right? Now you're doing music with Star Wars, visual effects with Star. So it's just positive for you all around.
Exactly. It really is.
And you're just talented.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate that, bro.
Seriously.
Thank you.
No bullshit here.
Hey, for real.
No
BS. Yeah. I appreciate that.
I'm going to ask him to make me some music for the channel.
I would love to do that. I would absolutely love to do that. Please.
That'd be cool.
Please let me. Yes.
Yes, sir.
I want to. Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I just threw that out there. I wasn't in my script over here. I'm just like, for real, I thought about it. I'm like,
I'm glad that you thought about that, because I always want people to ask me to do something for them.
Yeah, and if I lived by you, man, you'd definitely be teaching me how to use a lightsaber.
I would definitely, man. I would for sure.
You got mad skill, bro.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, that's cool. So, is there any final plugs? Anything you want to say? Off your chest?
Not much. Not really. I think we had a pretty solid conversation, man. I just thanks to everybody that supports me and what I do, and thank you to you, man. Really am thankful to have been able to come on here and get to chat with you and get to know you and all that. And just thank you, everybody, for supporting me.
Yeah. No, thanks, man. Thanks for them kind words. And I'll put all your links in the description for people to check you out, because they should. 100%, like right after they see this come up, because it's good. You got
Yeah.
good stuff. It's fun. It's quick. And what I like about it, man, is it's just straightforward. And you know what I mean? It's to the point. It's
Yeah.
not, you know what I'm saying? And it's
Right.
it's just cool.
Yeah. Thank you, man. Yeah.
I just can't get that. Like, I'm so glad that you came on, man. And I'm thankful that I came across you through Instagram.
I'm glad I was asked to, man. I know. Yeah. I'm glad. Yeah. It was a good interaction and good little live set.
Yeah. Well, I'd like to have you back on sometime in the future, man.
Please, yeah, just let me know, man. I'm totally down.
But thank you everyone for supporting me. Like I said, check him out. If you like what I'm doing, hit the like button, subscribe, share the normal spiel everyone gives, right? But like, truly though, it's like we were saying before, the community and the love here is crazy.
It
and
really
it's so
is.
good. And I appreciate everyone's support, like from the bottom of my heart. It's thank you so much. But there you have it. Star Wars Architects. Check them out. Jedi Knight right there. Visual effects guy, sound, you name it. He does it and he puts it all together and bam, it's in your face.
Thanks so much, man.
Yep. And till next time, everyone. See you soon.
All right. See y'all later.